Have I got the ultimate gift guide for you? I have got you covered with gift ideas for that person that's hard to buy for, the person that has everything, teacher gift ideas. I used to be a teacher. I have a couple of ideas of inexpensive things and I can tell you what they really don't need any more of. And everyone in between, I've got a lot of ideas. I'm also gonna cover kids. So I've got those evergreen gift ideas, like toys that are what I'm calling evergreen. They're ones that they've played with for years and still continue to play with, at least my kids. So I'm excited to share all this with you guys. I will have everything I mentioned in the order I mention it in the links below, also in a pinned comment. I appreciate when you guys do use my links to shop. It doesn't charge you anything extra, but it does help support my channel and I do appreciate it. And I also want to thank today's video sponsor, which is Aura. They make Wi-Fi connected, beautiful digital frames. I have a history with Aura, okay? A couple of years ago, my parents were gifted an Aura frame by, I think, my brother. They have talked about this darn frame for years. They love it so much. Every time we visit them, it's like a point of conversation because my brother who lives in California, he can upload photos remotely via the app whenever he wants. It takes like 10 seconds and it automatically pops up on their frame. So they're seeing fresh photos of their grandkids. We upload, actually Tyler's like the king of the Aura frame app. He's always adding photos to their frame as well. Any of us can. And I think that is such a beautiful way to be able to stay connected with family and friends. And it's always a little surprise to them. Not only that, it is an actually gorgeous frame. So the one I currently have is the Carver mat. It has this beautiful matting around it. It looks so high quality and luxe in your home. And I just feel like this is one of those gifts that's useful, it's thoughtful, it's just a really great, it's just a great gift, okay? It really is. And the thing is, like, if you recall the like early 2000s era digital frames where you had to have like a USB drive and it was such a to-do to even get new photos on it. This is wildly different. They have made it so easy to use. Like I said, you just use the app, take photos from your photo album on your phone, pop them into the app. It is that easy. And I'm definitely in a mindset of like creating traditions with young kids. I've talked about that a lot in recent videos. And I feel like snapping those photos and having those memories and then being able to put it on a frame like this so we're reminded of it and we get to see it all the time is so special. And another cool thing about it is you can actually upload photos and videos up to 30 seconds long. So it just does everything. And when you think about all of the photos you have sitting on your phone, I know you do, I do too. All the photos sitting on your phone that you never print out, but you want to be able to look at and enjoy, this is the perfect way to do that without having to print out a bunch of photos and change out photo frames. So you can save on the perfect gift by going to auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte digital photo frame. All you have to do is use the promo code Jessica at auraframes.com. It's AURA frames.com. Promo code Jessica to get that $35 off. Thank you so much, Aura, for sponsoring this part of the video. So let's continue on with our list. The Aura digital frame, like I said, I really do think most people would absolutely love. It'd be an incredible gift to someone. Another one I really think, I've got my little list here, that a lot of people would like is Storyworth. That's something I've recommended for years. It is that gift that a lot of you guys will remember I talked about and you can never remember the name, so I'll get a DM asking like, what was that one? It's called Storyworth, and you basically can gift a Storyworth subscription to someone. And that's great because it works for a last minute gift too. Like you know what I mean? You're not waiting for something in the mail. But basically, that gives them a year to write about their life. It will give them journal prompts each day. It is super easy. It really is foolproof, especially if you're gifting this to someone that maybe isn't as technologically savvy, like maybe an older grandparent, whoever, I don't know. They answer questions that is super easy to use. And at the end of the year, you can print out their responses in a really pretty hard-backed book. They can put photos in there. Like, it is such a special thing. All of our grandparents have done it. It really is a special gift, and that's one I like to bring up too because it's a really sentimental one. I will say we've definitely learned that not everyone, though, loves the writing portion. So, really think about who you're gifting it to. Like, if you know they don't like to write, this might not be a good gift for them. They really might not. But I think generally a lot of people have enjoyed it that we've gifted it to. You know what I mean? Don't overlook the power of a good game. I feel like in this day and age, we've got video games, we've got movies, we got TV, but games, like actual board games or card games, are such a great gift because they're a gift that keeps on giving. It's a gift that you enjoy over and over again anytime that game is played. So if it's someone that you know like gets together with groups, maybe get them a group game. I will list some of our favorite 2-player games that Tyler and I, my husband, will play in the evening once the kids are in bed. Usually they're like quick and easy games we can play while watching like Seinfeld or The Office or something. So we've definitely tried a lot, and we have a couple of favorites. Really inexpensive gifts. You could gift them together. It'd also be a great white elephant or like a gift exchange, whatever, where you put a couple of them together. Useful, fun, more inexpensive. A book I think everyone should read. It's a book called 4,000 Weeks. It is one of those books in life that you read and you're like, I should reread this every year to remind me of certain things. And I'm coming up on that year, I think. So I think I need to reread it. But it's just one of those great books that I think a lot of people would appreciate. Just reminding you about, you know, how life is short, and there are certain, I almost can't explain it because you have to read it. It's not super-duper like heady, you know what I mean? It's not like over your head, like crazy smart, hard to understand, but it's also not like mushy-gushy. It's like right in the middle. It's a really great book. So highly recommend that for anyone you know likes to read, but I just feel like anyone would like it. I certainly did. But speaking of book lovers, this is something that's on my list, okay? I was on Etsy and they have so many cute book hats. There's ones that just say books, and I just think it is so cute. There's ones that say like bookish or book snob or book lover. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love it. And I wear a hat a couple times a week. So I just feel like that'd be a cute gift for a book lover, where you don't necessarily want to give them a book because you don't know what they've read, what they like, but most of them would like that. There's also some really cute sweatshirts that are like booky, but still general, but like really cute for a book nerd. So I'll link some of my favorite ones I've found down below. I'll find some on Etsy, I'll find some on Amazon, because I know sometimes you're shopping and you have less time, and so Amazon might be the move. But then I love to try to support smaller businesses like on Etsy when I can, especially for things like this, if you have time for the shipping. And I feel like Etsy, like there's a lot of sellers on there that can get things to you pretty fast. So don't discount a site like Etsy before you at least look, because I think you'll be surprised by how quickly some of these things could get to you. I'm a big Etsy fan. I love Amazon too, and a lot of these are gonna be Amazon products, but I love Etsy as well. My purchase history on there is embarrassing. As in it's a lot, not like the things I bought were embarrassing. Okay. This is something that I've actually used for quite a few gifts. It's a monogrammed makeup bag, and that might be like, okay, it's not necessarily for makeup. It could be used for anything, but you know, if you know their initial, I feel like it's such a cute, pretty inexpensive. The one I'm gonna link below, the one I'm showing you on the screen wherever it ends up getting popped up, is really inexpensive and super cute. I own it and use it, but I also have gifted that to actually a few teachers, because I feel like you could use it to hold pens and pencils and highlighters. You could use it to hold little notes. You could actually use it for makeup. Like there's so many uses for it. And as long as you know their initial, first name or last name, it's cute. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta tell me if my lipstick gets crazy. I'm using a CoverGirl lippy. I can link below the one. It's an awesome red lippy that like doesn't go anywhere. Like amazing. Anyway, a portable charger. I found the one. Our dear friend Ben is the one that had this, and I was like, where'd you guys get it? And he sent me the link, and I had recently shared the link on like Instagram or something, and he messaged and was like, hey, is that my affiliate link? I'm like, oh yeah, you were the one that recommended it. Anyway, it is such an amazing portable charger. You guys, I've used like the Apple branded one and other ones. This one is way less expensive and way better. It can charge 2 phones at once. It can do MagSafe if you charge that way. It can also like be a stand, so you could have your phone on it charging and have it like watching something on it. With kids at a restaurant, sometimes that's nice too towards the end of the meal, you know what I mean? It also shows you how much juice is left. Like it is a premium product at not a crazy price, and it's on Amazon. It'd just be useful for a lot of people. You know, I feel like a lot of gift giving sometimes can be, you know, you're getting them something just because you're supposed to, but you really don't know. I feel like erring on the side of something useful is always a good idea versus something that you know they might not keep. Like why are we even doing this then? You know what I mean? If it's someone that likes to cook, a nice cutting board. So we have like our really nice wood cutting board that we love. It's from the brand Boos, B-O-O-S. We love it, but there is a lot of upkeep to it, but it would make a really nice gift. But another kind is this. It's from the brand Epicurean, and we saw it. I had gotten it on Amazon after doing some research, and I saw it at like I want to say Crate and Barrel or somewhere. And I was like, oh, like I thought it was like a random, it's like a nice brand. We love it. And I have like the smaller one. I have like a slightly larger one. It's one of those things that's actually a really nice gift. I mean, I feel like any of us use a cutting board, whether you really cook or not. So that could be a good gift idea. Or like if you were doing a basket, maybe getting one of the smaller ones and putting some things in it. And if you are getting a basket that's like kitchen themed and kind of putting together a little gift bag, let me quickly recommend the sheet pan scoop. I won't talk about it long because I know I talk about it all the time. Game changer little tool. If you are roasting vegetables or sweet potatoes or potatoes, whatever, in the oven, and you're always scooping it onto a plate, it's like a spatula, but with raised sides, like a scoop. It's genius, it's simple, it's inexpensive, and I love it. Let me recommend an Owala water bottle. This was something that I actually did for a white elephant gift exchange. And when I say white elephant, it was like, we weren't doing funny gifts. We were doing like $20 or $25 maximum. And it was just like actually decent gifts. And then, you know, you draw it and you play the game, whatever. I know some people do like the whatever version of White Elephant where it's like silly ones. We've all moved on beyond that. No, I'm kidding. But that's just how my family does it. So I think it was last year that I did the Owala water bottle and everyone fought over it because again, it's useful. It's like trendy, but the reason the Owala water bottles are so amazing is because you can tip it back, but you can also sip. It's got like a built-in straw and it closes. It's got a little holder, like, you know, a handle, and it's totally leak proof. You can have it upside down in your bag, not gonna leak. So it literally checks all the boxes, plus it's insulated so it stays cold. Like it literally does everything. A larger size of the Owala water bottle is what's on my Christmas wish list this year, but they have lots of colors, neutral, bright, and everything in between. Okay, another thing that would be nice is a bath pillow. And I know when I added this, I thought, should I add that? Because I'm like, I feel like that kind of feels like old school, like give him a bath gift set, whatever. But honestly, like I love a good bath and a lot of people do. And I used to have this other bath pillow that I liked, but I recently got a new one because the old one got like moldy, which of course it did. And this one is actually thinner and I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but I've had it for a while now. It actually suctions on better and stays in place. My old one would suction on, but then slide down the bath because it would get heavy with the water. This one, because it's thinner, it actually stays. What a concept. And it's comfortable. It was not very expensive. I feel like I said, an actually useful, nice gift, especially if it's someone that you know most likely takes baths. And I'll also throw in there a bath tray. Get it together, separate, whatever, but a nice bath tray that you could put your, like I usually will have my Kindle on there or my tea, it's a wine, I don't know, whatever you're doing in your bath. It's just nice to have. It's very useful. I wouldn't know what to do without my bath tray. I've been using it for years and it's a part of my routine. So speaking of my Kindle, if you know someone has a Kindle, this is a little bit trickier, but if you know they have a Kindle, getting a Kindle remote. It is, again, pretty darn inexpensive. I can't believe how long it took me to finally buy it, and now I can't stop. Again, I don't know how I survive without it. It clips onto the side of the Kindle, and you just turn it on. It's super easy. I thought it'd be more complicated. It's not. And then there's just a remote clicker that connects to it, and it somehow just pushes it, like it pushes the page right where you would hit to turn the page perfectly every time. And so I'll lay in bed, or like I'll have it on the tray in the bath and just have the clicker in my hand, and I can relax on my bath pillow and just keep reading without having to lean forward and tap to the next page every 30 seconds. It's amazing. Maybe you're watching this and figuring out things to add to your own wish list. I would add that. You will love it. And honestly, I've only charged it once. I haven't had to charge it again. I don't know how to check. I don't think I can like check the battery until it just doesn't work, but yeah. What about a membership to like Costco or Sam's Club or BJ's Wholesale, like whatever you have near you? That is obviously a little bit pricier of a gift, but if you know it's someone that would use it, and either they don't have it or whatever, that is a solid gift. I always like to throw in too, if it's like someone with a family or with kids. Again, another, usually a little bit pricier, but a membership to the zoo for the year, or like if you have a children's museum near you. Those are gifts that we've received that we absolutely love, because again, it's a thoughtful gift. It's incredibly useful. Like that is a gift that's 2 thumbs up from me. Here's something I kind of added at the last minute. Find out what they're into. If this is someone that's hard to buy for, like, are they into Harry Potter or Star Wars or, like I said, books earlier, or reality TV, whatever. World War I, are they like a history buff? You know what I mean? Then go on Etsy or somewhere like that and type that in. and look for stuff that relates to that, whether it's a coffee mug or a sweatshirt. I feel like a sweatshirt's always easy because it's easier to guess a size. Like you could go a little bit oversized so it's comfier, but coffee mug, like there's so much available in all of these different fandoms that you can find something useful and fun and like themed for them that I think they would genuinely love if you know they like a certain thing. I mean, they've got it all, baby. Disney, of course, you know. So another shout out for my Simple Human mirror. If it's someone that like gets ready in the morning, maybe they sit at a vanity or whatever, and they have just like a regular mirror, get them a lighted mirror. I really like the Simple Human one. They have different versions. Some are cheaper than others. They are usually a little bit magnified so you can really see up close. The light will automatically come on when you like get your face near it. It is so, so nice. I've had mine for years and I love it. And again, it's one of those things that now that I have it, I don't know how I functioned without it. You know what I mean? When getting ready. And this is a random one, but a nice little gift would be towel scrunchies. This is incredibly useful. They're not very expensive, but they're literally scrunchies made of that like a towel material, like terry cloth. And, or actually it's like kind of microfiber. I don't know what it's made of, but anyway, feels like a towel. And if you, like for me, I oftentimes, this is like air dried crazy hair, which is why it's like pulled back in a bun because it was wild and crazy today, you guys, oh my gosh. But that is something that I will wash my hair at night and go to sleep with wet hair. So I can just put it up in a loose bun with that. That helps to soak up the moisture so my hair dries faster. I love it so much. So we've kind of covered general gifts and also people that are harder to buy for. They have everything in that section. Now let's talk about teacher gifts. We'll be here very quickly. So when I was a teacher, I received a lot of coffee mugs and teacher themed things. And while I loved and appreciated everything I received, truly I did, especially teachers that have been doing this a long time, have received a lot of that already. They already have a lot of mugs that say Teacher of the Year, like their name, that's like teachery. So think about things outside of their teacher world, because that's just a part of their day. You know what I mean? That's their job. So one thing I feel like people think is a lazy gift, but teachers really do love is gift cards, like anyone. And the thing is, I think when you think gift cards, you're like, okay, $20 gift card. No. Most of the time I would receive a $5 gift card, and that was amazing because it's useful. Like it'd be a $5 Starbucks gift card and I'd get a couple of them put together. That's a nice chunk of Starbucks stuff that I could get before work or after work or whenever. And I feel like that gets overlooked. Amazon gift cards are great because then they could use that for like their teacher wish list things. Maybe you could even ask the teacher like, hey, do you have an Amazon wish list? Buy some things from that as like a thank you Christmas gift to them. Same with Teacher Appreciation Week, you know what I mean? You don't have to spend a ton of money to get the teacher something as a thank you that's something they actually really want, you know what I mean? But another, if you're dying to get like something like a gift, these were not very expensive, at least when I was looking at today. They have really cute Post-it note holders that can say someone's name. So it could say the teacher's name, like Mrs. whatever. It also could just say their first name or their last name, whatever. And it just holds Post-it notes. It's really cute. It could just sit on their desk, whether at school or at home. That's something I'm thinking about getting some of the teachers in our lives. I don't know, I gotta decide, but just want to throw that out there because it was just really, it's a cute idea. And I'm not saying don't get the teachers, like a lot of schools will have like a little list of like the teachers' favorites if you ask the front desk. Like even when I was teaching, they had that, but a lot of them it's just available. So you can find out what their favorite candy or soda is or whatever, or if they like coffee or not, and use that to kind of guide you. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Another thing I mentioned earlier was that like monogram bag. I've also done like cute little keychains with their initial, their last name initial or their first name. I'm trying to think of what I did. Anyway, that's something cute that they might use or not on their keychain, or they could put it on something else. But again, it's inexpensive, it's thoughtful, and it's not another coffee mug. Not that there's anything wrong with coffee mugs. I collect them, but I'm just saying, maybe that's where the obsession with coffee mugs started. I don't know. All right, let's move into kids. So if you don't have kids, you're not buying for kids, whatever, I love you, ta-ta. Again, everything's linked below. Thanks for watching. But if you're sticking around for the kids, have I got some ideas for you, okay? Me and my husband, we sat down and I asked him like, okay, what are those evergreen things that the kids still play with? Like what comes to mind for you? This list is solid. So first of all, again, board games. If they're really, really young, like I'm actually in that mindset of like, what games could I get that I could use for my 2.5-year-old right now? Because she's starting to get to like maybe where she could play games. Might be a little early, but some of the earliest games that we've been successful at playing with like our first daughter and we still love, Candyland's a classic, okay? You can't go wrong with Candyland. They have Yahtzee Junior. We have like the Disney Princess version. The rules are actually a little bit different, but it's super fun. Chutes and Ladders. It's a classic. I think that might have been the first game we ever played because it was a little bit easier to understand. It was that or Candyland. There's this squirrel game. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but that actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that might have been the first game we played because it is the simplest rules. It's probably what we'll try with Felicity eventually. It is super cute. That would be a great gift for a kid age 3, 4, 5, maybe 3 or 4. Once you get to like 4 or 5, I think Candyland, Chutes and Ladders, like those would be good gifts. The Tony box. I have to admit, before I bought the first one that we got, Genevieve, I was a little bit skeptical and I was worried because it's a little bit more expensive that she wouldn't use it, that she wouldn't love it. Joke's on me, she loves it, so much so. And then our younger one came along and also loved her Tony box. So last year for Christmas, she got a Tony box because they kept fighting over it. So basically what it is this little square box that's like a speaker and you put a character on top and whatever chip they have on the bottom of that character will automatically connect to the Tony and play. It'll be stories and songs. They can adjust the volume by squeezing the little ears or whatever on the box. It is so simple to use. They can't break it. It sits on a charger, but you can also take it out. So we're at the point now with our 2.5-year-old where she has her Tony box overnight in her crib and a couple of Tonys, and she can put on different characters. We have like lullaby ones or like an Elmo one. She'll put it on there and listen to it and fall asleep. It's incredible. It's just one of those things. So like we already know, we've gotten a couple Tony characters, some more this year for each of them. And really, honestly, like every Christmas and birthday, we get them another Tony character. It's just the gift that keeps on giving that gets used every single day by both girls and has for quite a while. So cheers to that, best money I ever spent. I actually just texted my dear best friend and said, hey, if you need a gift idea for your kid, the Tony box was a win in our household. Oh, another game, Spot It. I did not know this existed, and now I see it everywhere, and there's like different character ones. So the original Spot It is basically these round cards. You can play it with pretty young kids, and you flip over 2 cards and you try to find, there's like 10 different icons of things like trees and frogs or hearts, whatever, and you have to find the one that those 2 cards have in common. I don't know how they did this game because there's always one in common no matter what combination of cards you do, but whoever spots it, hence the name, first gets those 2 cards and then you flip the next 2 over. It is so much fun. It's fun for an adult. It's fun for a 6-year-old. And when she was like 4, we were playing it. And now they have like Paw Patrol ones. Like I'm trying to think of what other ones. I've seen like they've worked with like every IP that's out there. So definitely worth looking into. Again, inexpensive, super fun, would be a great stocking stuffer. A light bright. We might this year get Genevieve like some more of the templates you put on the light bright, but you remember the light bright, you know, from decades ago. Well, it is still a hit with kids today, and it is still so much fun. She will spend so much time picking out the colors and doing the template. I think, like I said, I think she's used up all the templates we have, so we might get her some fresh ones. I think they sell them, right? I feel like they do. It's just one of those gifts that's fun. It kind of is fun to do with them as well, and I remember it taking her a little while to like figure out to like have the right finger strength to get it in the hole properly. But once she got past that, it was smooth sailing and it was super fun. The Nugget. You don't have to, okay, listen, we made the mistake of buying the name brand one. You do not need to buy the name brand one. I have now learned. I'm hoping that one day when we're done with it, it'll hold some resale value. I don't think it will because every brand, you can get way more inexpensive ones on Amazon now. But it's one of those like sets of like cushion things that you can make different configurations out of, like slides and ramps and, you know, make it look like a spaceship or like a tent. There's so much you can do with it, and there's so many configurations online. The kids love it. They've used it in so many different ways. It lives in our basement, and every time we go down there, it is played with. Every single time. So that, again, you don't have to get the name brand, you can get another brand. And honestly, I'll link some of the ones below that I found that were the best because they had more cushions involved in different shapes, so you could do even more configurations. Amazing gift. A smaller thing, I think I might have mentioned this last year, I don't remember. Sticker by number. those like little books you can get, again, pretty inexpensive, but it's one of those things where it's literally like color by number, but it's stickers. And so you put the sticker where it goes and it creates like a mosaic picture. They have really simple ones for younger kids and slightly more complicated as they get older. And they have sticker by letter, which is amazing if they're learning letters. Like, gosh, I'm like, they could do a lot by that. I just recently got into the world of color by number with like math problems. I forgot that existed. So now that Genevieve's doing like addition, they had one at school where it was like color by number, but to figure out the number, you had to do the addition problem in each part. I'm like, genius. Anyway, Magnetiles. You've heard everyone recommend these for good reason. We've had ours for probably 3 or 4 years now, maybe longer, at least 3 years. We did finally invest in the Magnetiles box. It actually unzips and unfolds so you could use it as a playmat to build on, but then the corners zip up back into a box with a lid to put all the Magnetiles in. I will link that one below. That I'm so glad because it was making me crazy trying to fit them back into the Magnetiles like shipping box that it came in. There's so many configurations. There's like cars you can build, but again, they'll play with it in different ways. They'll just build a tower and then they'll have a dinosaur come knock it down. They'll build a little house for little figurines. Like there's so much you can do with them. And that's why that is such an evergreen toy gift. Kinetic sand. So we got one that's like in a case versus like sometimes you can buy them in smaller amounts. There's nothing to put it in. So maybe you put it like in a Ziploc bag or whatever, but ours we got was like a case and it had some toys with it. The sand just lives inside. You snap it shut. It's got a handle. We put it away that way. They play in it that way. And it has made life a lot easier with kinetic sand to where it's easy to get out, easy to clean up. Before it wasn't so much. So I love that set. But this we were literally playing with a couple days ago, and while I was prepping dinner, played with it for like 45 minutes, which, you know, in the world of kids might as well be 7 hours. Like that is amazing. So we love kinetic sand. Again, they can use it with figurines. They could build stuff with it. They could use like cookie cutters with it. There's a lot you can do and I love it. Okay, this trampoline, we've had it for years. And it lives in the basement. And every time we put it away, because we're like, okay, they haven't played it, we'll kind of put it in this closet out of the way. They're always like, where's the trampoline? I'm like, all right. So we pull it out and they jump around on it. They'll do obstacle courses with their nugget and then jump on the trampoline and then run around. It's just one of those things that it's pretty safe. You know, they can hold on to it and jump. They can get a lot of their wiggles out, especially in the winter when you're stuck inside more. And on that note, the slide. So I think both of those are Fisher-Price brand. Is that right? Fisher-Price? Little Tykes, whatever. Anyway, we also have the little slide. I swear to you, this is the same slide I had when I was a kid and I loved it. It's, you know, like 3 feet tall, maybe a little taller. And it's just great because again, that's part of their little obstacle course. They'll just go up and slide. They'll have their stuffed animal slide down it. These are the gifts that keep on giving, you know? I just talked a lot. So again, thank you to Aura for sponsoring a part of this video. You can save on the perfect gift by going to auraframes.com and get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Mat digital frame by using my code, which is Jessica. I will have the link for the $35 off and the promo code down in the description box and in a pinned comment for you. Definitely an awesome gift idea, like I said. Also, a little shout out for Vlogmas. If you've been watching, we are vlogging every single day. We have been since December 1st. It has been so much fun. If you want to join in, if you're into vlogs, definitely check it out. I'll link the Vlogmas playlist. You can start at the beginning and watch all the way through. You don't have to watch it in order. You can watch it in any order you want, but we've been having so much fun. It's not here on my channel. It's on my husband Tyler's channel, Tyler Braun. So I'll link the playlist, like I said, so it's easy for you to find. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.